Next, we have House File 515, Representative Eigel, 911 telecommunicator working group issue. The chair will move to refer House File 515 to the Ways and Means Committee. Representative Eigel, welcome to the committee. I think this might be your first stop ever in the committee. You're most welcome. Your bill is before us. You do have an author's amendment. Do you wish the chair to move that amendment at this point?
Yeah, I'll move the amendment, please.
Very well. So chair moves adoption of the A1 amendment. Representative, and this is basically putting the bill in the shape that you wish to have it before us. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah. So the A1 amendment will just get the bill in the shape to accompany the Senate file with the bill. So it's just going to be adding a few stipulations that came up when I went through Senate Judiciary. So just a quick, easy amendment.
And a good, efficient way to move legislation as well. Representative Johnson, you're okay with a voice vote?
Yes, I am.
Very well. All in favor of adopting the A1 amendment, please say aye.
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 Same sign. Motion prevails, and the A1 amendment is adopted onto House File 515. Representative Eigel, your bill is before us.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chair. So yeah, so the 515 bill creates a 911 dispatchers working group. This working group would be to establish and define what telecommunication is for dispatching. It would also work to set minimum training standards for the state, and then would also talk about the funding and standards for certification for the working group. So this working group takes a part of many different agencies and groups around the state, puts them together in a working group so they can create the standards that work for them. And this is, like I said, a public safety issue so that our telecommunicators, our dispatchers can properly keep all of our communities safe, because they are essential to public safety and making sure that dispatch is handled properly. So with me today, I have a few testifiers who will kind of speak more to this issue and why it's so important that we act on this today and get this this bill moving forward. So I guess if you want, Chair, I can introduce the first.
That would be wonderful, please.
So my first testifier is Darlene Pankoki.
Welcome to the committee, Ms. Pankoki. Please state your name for the record and give us your precise, concise testimony here today. Welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, yes, indeed.
Okay. Yes, I recall you saying short and brilliant. So here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah, and my camera's not working. I apologize. I meant to be here on video too, but good afternoon. My name is Darlene Pankoki. Mr. Chair, members of the committee, thank you for letting me testify today. I represent both the Minnesota chapters of the Association of Public Safety Communications Officials and the National Emergency Number Association. I have provided a written testimony which supports the need for all 5 points of House File 515. Representatives, 911 was created 53 years ago. Since that time, the individuals answering those calls have become the backbone of the public safety system. There is not a law enforcement, fire, or EMS incident that occurs without their support and vital communication. These dedicated individuals, known as the first responders, have waited decades to be officially recognized as public safety responders, to be given an adequate training foundation to support their necessary, expansive knowledge base, to be certified for their multifaceted skill set, and finally, to be provided the benefits to sustain and protect them for their life-saving service to the community. Mr. Chair, representatives, thank you for your time today, and I hope you all support this very important bill.
Very well. Thank you, Ms. Pankoki. Please stick around if you're able to, in case there are some questions.
Yes, sir.
Representative Eigel, you have another testifier as well?
Yes, I also have with me today Lieutenant Mark Lawlick. He is the Itasca County Lieutenant in charge of dispatch. If you want to say
Very well. Welcome to the committee, Lieutenant Lawlick. If you can please state your name for the record and give us your testimony, we'd appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. My name is Mark Lalick. I'm the Lieutenant of Communications for Itasca County. I do not have a statement. I did send a supplemental that I had handed out about 3 years ago to Representative Sandy Lehman along with Amy Klobuchar and some others. It was commented on both in support. We kind of moved forward from there. So I hope you read that, and I will stand by for any questions.
Okay, very well. Representative Weigel, there are a couple of amendments, so why don't we take those up? And then we'll open up for general discussion on the bill. I see an A2 amendment. Is someone offering the A2 amendment? I see no takers for the A2 amendment. And there is an A3 amendment, but the A3 amendment is to the A2 amendment, so it can't be offered unless someone offers the A2 amendment. All right, why don't we open up for general discussion, members? Representative Johnson.
Chair Mariani, Representative Igo, thank you for doing this. And I want to give a big thank you to Ms. Pankoki and Lieutenant Lalick. I've sat in dispatch as an officer when I was dealing with a minor injury where I couldn't be on the road. Seeing how they work and what they do, they are the front line and one of the most important assets to public safety. Words cannot express my gratitude and for what they do and what they put up with. It's unbelievable, and the skill set that they have to have. I am so thankful that this bill is being brought forward. Getting them properly trained is one of the most valuable things we can do. They are essential personnel as far as I am concerned, because without them, we're out. The other officers in the fire departments and the EMS, they're blind trying to find things. They get the good information, but in order to get the information they need, they have to know what to ask, and the training really does that. There's also other certifications to get into NCIs, into different background checks and different services at both state and federal levels. And this training can help make sure that they get the proper certifications they need. So when they do start their first job, they're miles ahead of where they are compared to somebody just coming off the streets. And again, thank you. I strongly support this bill.
Very well, thank you, Representative Johnson. Representative Raleigh.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I am wondering about the costs of this project, and I'm wondering if Dana Wahlberg would be available to answer the question of what the costs are on this. Mr. Chair.
And Representative Raleigh, goodness. And who is Dana Wahlberg?
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
I am Dana Wahlberg. I'm the director of the Emergency Communication Networks Division of the Department of Public Safety for the state of Minnesota.
Well, welcome to the committee, Director Wahlberg.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
And Representative Raleigh.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. And I'm wondering, Ms. Wahlberg, if you could address the issue of the costs of this bill, please. Mr. Chair.
Ms. Wahlberg.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Representative Raleigh. ECN has prepared a fiscal note in preparation of this bill, and we are prepared within the ECN office to provide the necessary support to allow the work group to meet, and we will take care of the administrative roles and functions and assist with the final report that is due to come out in January of 2022.
Representative Raleigh.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. With that testimony, Mr. Chair, I would like to explore the idea of, instead of it going to Ways and Means, if this gets referred to the General Register, Mr. Chair.
Representative Raleigh, actually, we're going to delay this over to consider it as inclusion in the omnibus bill, which then gives us both the time but also the appropriate venue to address any cost issues within the target of this committee.
Not sure how to respond to that, Mr. Chair, other than thank you very much.
I did see someone else's hand up, but I think it went down. Anyone else wish to comment at this time? All right, well, Representative Igo, any thoughts here?
Yeah, in kind of closing here, thank you again for the hearing today, Mr. Chair, and members. I really can't urge enough how important this bill is. As we've seen, our dispatchers are that front line of for all of us in our communities, right? Whether it be medical emergency, whether it be public safety emergency, our dispatchers need to know how to keep us all safe. And I can't think of a better way than for a group of dispatchers to come together and work together to create the standards, trainings, and procedures that work for them, and then return to us to tell them what they need. So again, I thank you today, and hope maybe we could consider Representative Raleigh's motion that we could get this moved to the general register, because this is a now issue. This is a concern we need desperately right now in our state. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Igo.
Mr. Chair?
And I do, hold on a second. I do want to comment, I didn't do it earlier, that with your A1 amendment, that certainly put me in a much more comfortable place relative to your bill. I think the Senate did a good thing in terms of adding, folks on the ground, into the group as well. I did hear a voice, Representative Hewitt.
Mr. Chair, I had an A2 amendment on this.
Okay, Representative Hewitt, I called out earlier, but perhaps you might have stepped out. There is
sorry.
No, it's quite all right. There is an A2 amendment. Representative Hewitt, you wish to move that then?
I do.
All right, Representative Hewitt moves adoption of the A2 amendment. Representative Hewitt, to your amendment, and then there is an A3 amendment to the amendment, but let's hear about your amendment first, and then we'll move to the A3 amendment if anyone wishes to move that. Representative Hewitt.
I apologize for that, Mr. Chair. A2 amendment basically just states that the task force should also consider looking at other situations such as incident command. Right now, it follows the military or the DNR command structure. There's other ones in Europe and stuff that they should also just start to consider. We should start looking at these as we move a lot of these task force forward.
All right, and there is an A3 amendment. Is that yours as well, Representative Hewitt, or is someone else moving the A3?
Chair Mariani, that would be mine.
All right, Representative Johnson moves the A3 amendment. Representative Johnson, to your amendment.
With the A2 amendment, it starts talking about things that are going on in other states, which we do, which law enforcement does do, and in dispatch, or not so much in dispatch, but law enforcement does do. Fire does that as well. I think EMS looks at what's going on. But really, what really got me concerned is when you start looking at what's going on across the world. And I want to make sure that our responses that we do actually follow the Constitution of not only the United States, but of the state of Minnesota, because each state has a different constitution. And other countries have different, a lot of countries really don't have a constitution that they follow. So I want to make sure that the rights of the not only the citizens, but the employees are also protected. That's why I have this amendment.
Very well.
And then if as this goes forward, I'd also like to speak on the amendment itself.
Okay, very well. Representative Hewitt, to the amendment to your amendment.
I have no problem with that as, am I on? I have no problem with that as, again, this is just something to look at outside the box a little bit, as we should be doing with everything, but this directs it that's it. So I'm fine with that, Mr. Chair and Representative Johnson.
Very well. So Representative Hewitt is willing to accept this amendment. Representative Johnson, do you want a roll call, or is a voice vote good enough here?
Voice vote is fine.
All right, and I would join you in support of the amendment as well. Is there any further discussion on the amendment to the amendment? I do see Senator Raleigh, was your hand up prior?
Prior, Chair.
Okay, all right, very well. Let's do the vote here then. All in favor of the A3 amendment, please say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion prevails, and the A2 amendment is amended with the A3 amendment. Now we have the A2 amendment as amended before us. Representative Johnson, you wanted to speak to the A2 amendment?
Yes, I wish to speak to the A2 amendment, Chair Mariani. I'm looking at this amendment, and this amendment really has nothing to do with recommendations for training for emergency dispatchers. So this board that's being put together would have nothing to do with that. This actually goes into best practices as far as for incident command. Dispatchers aren't involved in incident command. They're the calling point. They're at the initial point. Sheriffs and police chiefs, Commissioner of Public Safety, the Colonel for the State Patrol. Those are the ones that can make these decisions, not the dispatchers. This bill deals with just training for dispatchers. So I don't know why this is here, other than I won't say why it's here. I have my own suspicions. But for that, I would recommend a no vote on this amendment because it doesn't belong in the training of dispatchers.
Representative Viewant?
Thank you, Representative. Thank you, Mr. Chair and Representative Johnson. I understand your concerns, but even down to the first responder level, we are all trained in incident command. Dispatchers are trained. They might not be in command, but they are definitely trained in it. So as we're setting up new curriculum for training and EMS fire, I think this is just a consideration we need to look at. They are definitely trained in it. They have to understand it. We all have to understand it and know where it is. So I would respectively disagree that this would not be part of their criteria for training.
Very well. Representative Raleigh to the amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And to the author of the amendment, NIMS is a part of our National Incident Management System, and it's a coordinated incident management system. As you well know, we've had conversations in the past. I have trouble with this amendment because I do not believe that the language that's included is actually germane, because what it calls out, and I'm looking at line 1.4, recommended best practices in incident response command structure. Now, a structure of an incident command system is the way that you put together, like the incident commander, your various units, all the way down to the individual responder of a particular resource. So it goes incident commander, public information officer, safety officer, logistics, and all of those. The reason I mention that is because ICS, or the Incident Command System, is a standardized hierarchical structure that allows for the response to take place. So if we're talking about ICS, or the Incident Command System, and we look at that globally, ICS has been around for a little over 30 years. It was born out of the fires that happened in California. And it deals with things like hazardous materials, responding to car crashes, you name it. It's very comprehensive. However, in and of itself, it was born in the United States of America. And ICS, even though it's widely recognized in places like the United Kingdom, the United Nations recognizes it. New Zealand has an incident command system that they've used in conjunction with the coordinated incident command system in Australia. So New Zealand looks to Australia, but all of them look to the United States because we implemented the incident command system. So, Mr. Chair, I don't believe that this amendment is ready for a yes vote, because there is, in my professional opinion, no such thing as an incident response command structure that needs to be reviewed, because that would be reviewing whether or not there's an incident commander and then subordinate units. If the amendment had said an incident command system to be reviewed across the planet, it would be then germane. But Mr. Chair, I would submit that this amendment is not ready it's not ready for a yes vote because it's not germane to this particular bill, Mr. Chair.
And Representative Rowley, so you're raising a point in committee about germaneness of the bill?
I believe it's germaneness because of the word incident response command structure. And the structure is how you put together an incident command system. And so if we're going to include a structure, then we're telling the committee that this bill would create that they must study the way that incident command structures, which are standardized across the incident command system, need to be put together. It would be a redundant redundancy. And I hate to put it that way, but that's what this bill, or that's what this amendment is calling for, is a study of how the structure of an incident command system would go together. And that's well-defined and it's well entrusted for the past 30 plus years.
Well, Representative Rowley, I think I follow the logic there, but it's the chair's opinion that this amendment is germane. It certainly is in keeping with the intent of the drafter as captured by the words here, where, in the current language, it talks about other recommendations the working group deems appropriate. That's a pretty broad, scope of review. We're only looking at recommended best practices in the amended language. And so there's certainly time, and I would certainly encourage members to work together to hone in on the language further if that's the desire. But at this point, I think the amendment is perfectly germane.
Well, Mr. Chair, if I may,
yes.
I would ask the author of the amendment then, can he define what an incident command response or an incident response command structure is and how that would help this working group outside of what the recommendations of NIMS and the ICS is? Mr. Chair.
Representative Hewlett, quickly, we have one more bill here.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. And Representative Raleigh, you've actually made my point of other structures being around the world, which is good. And then on top of that, understand that as we move forward in EMS, fire, police, and there's reform going on in all those areas, that the structure could look differently. We're going to be bringing mental health practitioners into the first response level as we move through this committee and as we move through others. And that's what I kind of need us to think about. The world of this is going to probably change for all of us. And to understand that the current structure designates only law enforcement to be in command of most scenes other than fire. And I don't know if that's going to change or where it's going to go, but I'm glad we're having this discussion. I'd like to move forward with this to have more. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Representative Raleigh, last words here.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. And I'm just wondering, I mean, it may even satisfy this particular amendment if we remove the word command structure and say incident command system. Because again, I'm looking at the plain language of NIMS and FEMA and their guidance. The 8th principle of ICS is plain language. And if we're going to follow NIMS and ICS, we should have plain language in the bills that we're crafting. Mr. Chair, you asked for final words, and those are my final words.
No, I do not sense any, for lack of a better word, hostility in your inquiry.
Yeah, none at all, sir.
At all. My advice would be that if the amendment goes on, we're going to have time to continue to work, and I would certainly encourage you and Representative Hewlett and Representative Eigel to work on the language before we bring it back, before the committee. Representative Eigel, I apologize as the author of the bill. You obviously should comment on any amendment. So, Representative Eigel.
I really appreciate the discussion that was just had there. I think it really does kind of outline just how important it is that we do let these guidelines get created for dispatchers. And I want to reiterate too, like you mentioned, Chair Mariani, we've already had a lot of compromise on this bill and working forward to add all these different structures so that this working group that, doesn't have a fiscal note, and may I add, is going to be able to create the plan that works for the state of Minnesota. So in regards to this amendment, if this is something that needs to happen so this bill moves to the general register, that I understand, but I also see both points from Representative Hewitt and Representative Raleigh, and that's kind of where I stand on this.
Very well. Thank you, Representative Igo. Members, Representative Uhad renews his motion to adopt the A2 amendment as amended. The clerk will take the roll.
Chair Mariani.
Aye.
Chair Mariani, aye. Vice Chair Frazier.
Aye.
Vice Chair Frazier, aye. Representative Johnson.
No.
Representative Johnson, nay. Representative Edelson.
Aye.
Representative Edelson, aye. Representative Feist.
Aye.
Representative Feist, aye. Representative Grossel.
No.
Representative Grossel, nay. Representative Hollins.
Aye.
Representative Hollins, aye. Representative Hewitt.
Aye.
Representative Hewitt, aye. Representative Cleaborn.
Cleaborn, aye.
Representative Cleaborn, aye. Representative Long.
Aye.
Representative Long, aye. Representative Lucero.
No.
Representative Lucero, nay. Representative Mueller.
Mueller votes no.
Representative Mueller, nay. Representative Novotny.
Novotny, no.
Representative Novotny, nay. Representative O'Neill.
O'Neill, no.
Representative O'Neill, nay. Representative Pinto.
Aye.
Representative Pinto, aye. Representative Poston.
No.
Representative Poston, nay. Representative Raleigh.
Raleigh, nay.
Representative Raleigh, nay. Representative Vang.
Aye.
Representative Vang, aye. Representative Zhang, excused. That concludes roll call with 10 ayes and 8 nays.
With 10 ayes and 8 nays, the motion prevails, and the A2 amendment as amended is amended onto House File 515. Representative Igo, very final quick seconds. We have one other bill. It's a good bill. I want to make sure we act on it, and then the chair is going to lay this bill over.
Well, like I said, thank you again, Mr. Chair, for hearing this bill today and hearing this conversation. Like I said, I can't emphasize enough how important this bill is to the state of Minnesota and our dispatchers who desperately need this ability to create their own standards to keep us all safe. This is a public safety issue, and we really need this to happen as quickly as possible. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Very well. Thank you, Representative Igo. The chair lays over House File 515 as amended for possible inclusion into the committee's omnibus bill.